Supreme Rising, beloveds, how are you guys doing this afternoon? I am doing wonderful. It's been a wonderful day, and I can't complain. So glad to be back here with you guys to share some information, and always good to be here. It's always good to talk to you guys. I'm always excited when the camera comes on and I am in front of you. So I hope y'all are well. Of course, like I always say, it's a lot going on, but we're not going to focus on any doom and gloom. We're not going to even embrace it as doom and gloom. We're going to keep moving forward and keep vibrating high and doing what we do to make it through what we're experiencing in these times. And we're going to be all right, guys. Yes, we're going to be all right. So I wanted to, first of all, I want to, as always, greet my new subscribers and say hello to you and welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Layla Awake. I am your neuromelanated Black empowerment content creator. And I'm always at your beckoning call when it comes to the advancement of my people. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. You're my family, and it's always pleasant to know that we are rising together. I'm always excited about us. So thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it so much again. And I want to just jump right in. But before we jump right into the topic today, I want to ask you if you could like the video and share it so that others can see it. I appreciate you very much for doing that for me. And so the first point I want to make is there's a lot of distractions right now. There's a lot of stuff in the news, and not just in mass media news, Babylon news, but all over the systems that we engage on a daily. And there is a lot going on. And I want to remind you, though, guys, that we have to definitely not allow the things that are taking place to be distractions for us with things they're very important, don't get me wrong, but a lot of times when you see all these major topics that, flood the news systems, 9 times out of 10, there's something really, really, really important going on behind the scenes that they want to hide. Yeah, that's how they do it. And so be very, very careful. I know we have the Tyree Nichols situation that's still unfolding, and we're finding out new information. Seems like every day there's something new that comes up, and that is a very, very important situation for us, especially for our people, with the way things happen in that tragedy. However, we can continue to send our love and meditate on Mr. Nichols' name and pray for his family and all the things that we can do, but still do not let anything distract us from things that may be going on behind the scenes. I can almost double guarantee you there's something taking place back there that they're hiding that we need to know. Okay, so I'm keeping my ears and my eyes open, because as I find out things, guys, especially if I think it's critical, then I'm going to come on and talk to you about it and share it with you, just in case you haven't gotten it. The topic, though, what I want to talk about today is something that I haven't really been hearing about. There's one brother that mentioned it recently, and it's kind of been on my mind, definitely ever since he mentioned it. But I want to talk about fraternities and sororities. I want to talk about that today, guys. As I always say, they lied about everything, and the rabbit hole is very deep. And so just about everything you see, they have a connection to it, and at the very root, is the evil. And even at a very young age, maybe in my teenage years, in my early 20s, and I used to watch how my people, it was always my people that was such a fanatic over sororities and fraternities. And I used to hear about the Masons and the Eastern Star, and the so to speak black people in my community. That was something big. If you were a part of any of those societies, then you were deemed somebody. You were it. You were established in the community. People looked at you as somebody big. And I always knew. I never knew the specifics. I hadn't researched. I was very young, so I didn't know what was at the core. But I always felt like there was something not right about those secret societies. When you're a star seed, you can see a whole lot of bull crap when nobody else can. And so I always knew that there's just was something at the root of secret societies, and there's many more out there. But my people would always subjugate themselves to those. Those were the names that I would hear all the time. And so, but I knew there was something more to them. So, and the thing that I say to a lot of my people too, we have this thing about, not researching. We just, something is popular and it's big, and we just attach ourselves to it, and without doing any research. And sometimes those are things sometimes that are passed down through our families. Our grandmothers, pledged a certain sorority or fraternity, grandmother, grandfather, and it was passed down to our parents. And now, it's this thing about well, my mama did it, my daddy did it, so he pledged, and so I'm going to pledge it. And so just like with church, Christianity and different religions that we embrace, a lot of times we embrace it because it was passed down. So we did the same thing with these secret societies. And without any research, we just, because our parents did it, we do it. And so that's how Babylon had it set up. They have their little sneaky systems, and they have them set up very discreetly to get you to fall for the bull crap, and you don't even know what you're doing. You don't even know, who you're worshiping or who you dealing with. And so fraternities and sororities, there's a very satanic deception, and it's time for us to talk about it. It's time for us to know about it. And if you really, and I always tell you guys to do your own research. I want that to be a running rule, a suggestion, disclaimer, actually. Do your own research. Because if I can get the information, I know you can too. And I would love for you to read it for yourself. But there is a satanic deception with sororities and fraternities, with secret societies. Eastern Star, Mason, and it's all rooted in Babylon. Yeah, they got their hands in that too. Yes. So when you pledge to these secret societies, you are dabbing into Babylon's evil system. You just are. Do your research. When you participate, when you get involved in them, and I only know what I've researched and read because I've never been involved in any of that. But I know it's ritualistic. You are forced, and you're pledging, and you're vowing to something, and then you begin to operate in rituals. Baphomet is the overall god, I understand, of the Freemasons. Baphomet. And the Freemasons, I understand, created sororities and fraternities. And so if you know anything about Freemasonry, then you know we're dabbing into something evil. And I know many of our people don't even know. I know people right now that old friends and classmates and people that that's pledged these different fraternities, and they excited Alpha Phi Alpha, and the Q dolls and this and that, and they many of them have no idea. I think most of them don't have an idea. There may be some, but most of them, I believe, don't even have an idea of what they've pledged in and what it all means. Guys, you got to research. We got to start researching and knowing what we're ascribing to and subscribing to. Um, all of this is about retaining and keeping your soul. Think about that. It's all about gaining and keeping your soul. Hazing. There's a in the initiation. I understand the initiation process. There's a hazing, a method called hazing that they have you to participate in, and which involves a lot of physical abuse, a lot of what I call foolishness, ritualistic, evil foolishness. And there's a lot of times people are hurt during these processes. They're hurt, and I've even heard of people dying during these hazing processes. All foolishness, but all rooted in evil. And this is accepted. Understand, this is accepted by the legal system in many ways. And I have heard of stories where people died during hazings, and and a lot of times nobody was ever, punished for it. And all I can think of is the reason why is because it's rooted in these systems. It's understood. This is a part of the system. It's all connected. Everything is connected. So why would we punish someone for something that we created? They created. We got to start researching, family. We got to start researching. They're gathering souls in these groups. This is how they keep you. This is how they control you. This is how they puppet you throughout these systems, and they're retaining your souls, and they're controlling your souls. Have you ever researched the origin? Got to research, guys. And as I've said before in previous messages, in this season, all evil is being exposed. So there's nothing that's not going to be uncovered. It has to be during this season. Get out of these fraternities and these sororities. I don't care how popular they are, how popular you are. I don't care. A lot of people get involved to have a sense of belonging, just like even with church, because that's what I used to do with church. I became a member of churches just to get a sense of belonging. And a lot of times that's because we believe there's something missing in our lives that we can't get unless we join these groups. And that's not true, because everything we need is actually inside of us. We just need to tap into it. But I would suggest, guys, do your research and consider, when if you research, you're going to see it. Consider removing yourself from these evil systems, because they don't mean us any good. You are important, actually, without these titles and these demonic groups. You don't need them to be important. You don't need them to survive. They do more harm than they do help. You get some surface trinkets, but research the origin and you'll see exactly what you're really dapping into. Of course, when we are spiritually blind, we're vulnerable. We're very vulnerable when we're spiritually blind, and that's why we have to learn how to tap into our spirituality and understand that there's so much more that's really important that's inside of us, that we don't, these things that are out here are not, they're not going to get us where we're destined to be. We need to go in here. Everything is in here. And so materialistically, things that are, material are the things that they taught us to focus on, when in reality, they are distractions as well. Material things keep us from where we need to be. They actually are distractions. So we need to open up our eyes, guys, and we need to do the things we need to do so that we don't have to be vulnerable in these times and be so subject to getting involved in all of those things that are actually harmful to us. We got to be careful. The thing that we need to do, guys, is we need to learn how to just be good people. Sincerely good people with good intentions. To clean our hearts and open up our hearts and work from a place in here. And just do the right thing and be conscious of that. And that also requires a daily checking of ourselves, to look in the mirror on a daily basis and ask ourselves, are we doing the things that we need to do? Are we behaving that we need to behave in society? Because everything we do is we're going to be held accountable for it. Karma is real. And so whatever you put out there in the universe is exactly what you're going to get back. I can tell you that is real. So why wouldn't you want to just focus on being a good person and live a righteous life as much as you can? And you can do it. There are people doing it every day. And I'm not talking about being perfect, because nobody is perfect, but it's all about the intentions. It's all about what are you when you get up in the morning, what are your plans for the day, and what are you bringing from your heart to help contribute to you manifesting through those plans? What's coming out of here? What are your intentions? It's all about the intentions. Even when we err, what was your intentions? You said something may have been wrong or out of place, and it hurt somebody's feelings. Well, what was your intentions, and what are you going to do to make that person feel better if it's deemed that you should? And that's what it's all about, guys. It's all about the intentions, our intentions. We're going to reap what we sow, like so they say in the church. Same thing, karma. That's what it's all about. So we just need to learn how to be good people and sow good seed out in society. I want to mention a couple more things before I sign out. When I was 12 years old, I'm going to share this little story with you. And I think I've talked about it before on another topic, connected to another topic. But when I was 12 years old, 7th grade, I never forget, I refused to pledge allegiance to the flag. I never forget, my 7th grade teacher name was Miss Wellhorner. She was a little old, frail, elderly white lady. And she walked to the back of the class because she saw I didn't stand with everybody else. And she came to the back of the class and she asked me, called me by my name, my Babylon name. And she asked me, why didn't I pledge? And I told her that, why would I pledge? Why would I stand up and pledge to something that was against my people? And I remember that's what I told her. I was 7th grade, 12 years old, about 65 pounds soaking wet. But I understood enough to know that pledging allegiance to the flag was not something that I needed to be doing as a young black girl. So I knew then, at 12, that there was something evil about pledging and vowing to any system. Because they all come from this system, this Babylon outfit, so to speak. So I understood it then. So I didn't just wake up and get this revelation. But when it comes to fraternities and sororities, guys, do your homework. Do your research. It is something that is very, very, very unsafe for us. And I'm going to share this with you. And this just popped up today just to show you how the universe and the Most High works with us when we are learning and we're on a topic and we're seeking information, and when the universe knows that you are in a process and you are out there and you're trying to get it, and the universe will send you what you need. In so many ways, it'll just pop up for you. Sometimes people will bring it to you, in a message, face to face, and sometimes in these systems. But I got this message this morning, and I was like, oh, wow, how convenient. I'm getting ready to talk about this. And it's 9 fraternities that protect 9 families. So I want you to check this out. And you guys know, in my research, I found that there's approximately 13 families out there that are running the world. They're the faces. Of course, we know there's something deeper. There's a whole system, that operates, puppets them. But these are 9 of the families that are being protected by these fraternities / sororities. And so I'm going to let you see. I'm going to see if you can see it. Put it up as close as I can. See if you can see it. And then I'm going to call it out just in case it didn't focus well. So it says 9 fraternities protect 9 families. So your Alpha Phi Alpha protects the Rothschilds, for those of you who are familiar with these families. And you can research because that information is out there as well. Alpha Phi Alpha protects the Rothschilds. So when you're out there pledging and vowing and doing your rituals, you're protecting these families that are controlling and wreaking havoc over us, this planet. So Kappa Alpha Psi protects the Oppenheimers. Omega Psi Phi protects the Warburgs. Phi Beta Sigma, the Rockefellers. Lota Phi Theta, the Astors. Alpha Kappa Alpha, the Bilderbergs. Delta Sigma Theta, the Habsburg. Zeta Phi Beta, the Sassoons family. Sigma Gamma Rho, the Lee family. And I've heard of these families through the years. I hear about them all the time. But these are the fraternities that have been put in place that many of our people are part of, and celebrities as well. That's a whole nother topic. We got these celebrities out here in Hollywood that's tied to this. It's a whole system, and it is evil. But those are several fraternities that are assigned to these families, and those rituals that they do, that they have vowed to do during their participation in these fraternities, are actually, from what the research is saying in this message, is they're actually protecting these families. These are the families, some of the families, majority of the families that if you research, you find that are out here wreaking havoc on the planet. That they say, my understanding, the Draconians. So guys, it's deep. That they have assigned to help, keep this planet in chaos, that are falling today, right now as we speak, that are being taken care of. But your fraternities are assigned to these families, and their rituals and all of whatever else that they're assigned to do is to protect these families while these families do what they do to us. Guys, we perish due to the lack of knowledge. We got to do better. We got to do better. So I just wanted to come on today and just give you this information. And it's up to you guys what you want to do with it. But when I do what I do, I've done my part. And so then I'm happy. I just want us to be safe. I want us to move in a way that's going to keep us on top, keep us ascending, and equipped with knowledge that's going to, ultimately lead us to freedom. And that's the priority right here, is to free us from all of this tyranny that we've been subjugated with over the centuries. So I appreciate it so much that you took the time to come here and listen to this message, and the fact that you stayed until the end. I appreciate you even more. Yes, I do. I appreciate you. You my peeps. So I'm not gonna stay on. I'm getting ready to. I did do a live for the first time 2 nights ago. So I'm getting ready to get the lives rocking and rolling. I did a test, and so we're gonna have some fun with that, guys. I got some stuff I'm planning, so we can, have some fun on our lives. I'm really excited about that. But I thank you again for coming, and I'm going to sign out. I'm going to say Assalamu alaikum to you. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. As I always say, keep your head up, guys. Get some sun. Got to get that vitamin D, and hug somebody, guys. There's always somebody out there that needs a hug. I love you so very much. Peace be unto you, guys, and until next time, be blessed. I'm going to say bye-bye.